of the shops of Bel Air. It's a gorgeous thing to see. It really is. Hope all is well with you. Did you work this week? Was there any part of it a work week for you, or have you been on an orgy of relaxation? Have you been a glutton of leisure? Well, the world continues to turn. President Trump in Hamburg. We talked earlier this morning with Bill Zimfer of NBC News Radio, who said that the major protests haven't started. There are going to be major protests. They've had the unplanned protests, and already, I think he said something like 100 police officers injured. So I hope it's important, this G20. I hope it's important enough that you would get into a situation where you have 100,000 protesters and the police getting injured. I would not want to host it. We always want conventions. That's been a big thing for us locally. We've wanted to attract as much convention business as we possibly can here. This is one they can keep. Please, no one locally try to get any kind of G20 or anything with a G in front of it. I don't know what the threshold is. I don't know if you need to have, I don't know how many world leaders you need in one spot to inspire the anarchists to come and throw the bottles on the rocks and things like that. Anti-capitalist protest. Whatever it is, let's pass on it. So I'm kind of curious as to how Hamburg got picked for this. They were not done a favor. Not done a favor. I wonder if there is an economic impact of having 100,000 protesters show up. Do they spend money and actually buy food, or do they try to take it? These are the things that I don't know the answer to that I want to find out. But G20 going on, and a lot of the meetings, you'll have President Trump and Putin today, so we'll be hearing about that. And then you'll have major protests tomorrow, so if you care to look at it, it'll be available for you, I'm sure. All right, there's more to come, but first, traffic and weather together. We do it every 10 minutes on the nines.
Time saver traffic from the Dean McCrary Audi Traffic Center.
We have some road work that's still going on I-10 through Santa Rosa County. This is going to be the left lane of eastbound I-10 at mile marker 42. That is in the Holt area. However, we're not seeing a whole lot of delay through the area from that. What we are seeing is a lot of folks headed to the beach. The Blue Angel demonstration isn't until this afternoon, but lots of people are obviously trying to get in on a good viewing area along Pensacola Beach as traffic through that area remains heavier than usual for this early. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation. Join the T.J. Martell Foundation in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn more.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Gemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Good Friday morning. Get ready to be stormed on. We've got a 40 to 50% chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny with an afternoon high of 90 degrees. A few storms will roll into your Friday night plans. Otherwise, even more storms on Saturday as we are mostly cloudy. The high once again will be about 90. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the T.J. Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, Ariel, do you feel up to a Dear Ariel today? All right, very good. So we've got the G20 going on. Locally, you've got the Blue Angels. AL.com reporting that the Salvation Army in Mobile desperately needing food, that their food pantry is critically low. So if you were looking for an opportunity to help someone this weekend, you certainly can, with the Salvation Army saying that they desperately, the word desperately is in the story, desperately seeking food donations, food pantry critically low. And I'm sure you know how to get in touch with the Salvation Army to help them out. Now, I was looking at different news items. I've been paying a lot of attention to President Trump in Europe, and I didn't realize that Vice President Mike Pence made a speech yesterday to NASA workers, and I was very irritated by it because he promised NASA workers that we're going to continue to fly around in space. Instead of using our tax dollars to build a bridge, if we're going to spend money flying around, let's fly around. Make it so I can fly around here. You want to go to the moon when I can't make it. It takes me 90 minutes to get to Spanish Fort from downtown Mobile because of all the traffic, and you want to spend tax dollars going to the moon? Mike Pence, here he is, promising to waste tax dollars.
We will return our nation to the moon. We will go to Mars, and we will still go further to places that our children's children can only imagine.
Okay, there's nothing there, by the way. Nothing's on the moon except dirt and rocks and things we left there.
We'll return to the moon, and we will put American boots on the face of Mars.
Okay. For what? There's nothing there. It's just a bunch of dirt up there. Don't, look, when I drove to the Iron Bowl this past year, the roads, are you telling me we're gonna fly to a bunch of dirt? We're going to go put American boots on Mars when I can't drive to Bryant-Denny Stadium without going down a disgraceful road. It's all these children that were raised watching Star Trek and Star Wars that think that as soon as we go into space, there's going to be a bunch of princesses and people that are like dogs, like the Chewbacca, and it's just going to be paradise. We're going to have friends and fly around and have adventures. And it's just a bunch of dirt and rocks up there. Meanwhile, we've got a bridge. Could we not build the bridge, please? Use that space money. Or if we're going to fly, fly me to Loxley. If I could get there, sometimes it takes longer to go to the moon than it takes to go from here to Pensacola, if you think about it. This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf Coast. We love all the fun activities, the fishing, the golf. But years of being out in the elements, well, that can accelerate damage to your skin. That can accelerate the aging process of your skin. Dr. Bender can help you with that. Dr. Bender is a board-certified dermatologist. He provides the latest innovations in medical skincare and cosmetic skincare, and he also has all the latest technology. He's got 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. You can find out more about Dr. Bender and all of the services he provides by going online The website is advanceddermclinic.com. That's advanceddermclinic.com. You can make an appointment there online, or you can call for your appointment. The number is 251-631-3570. That's Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center.
Home isn't just a place, it's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT helps keep you safe. With security systems, home automation, alarms, and surveillance, so you can feel at home wherever you are. Go to ADT.com to get that feeling. ADT, home, safe home.
Smart Home America can teach you how to save money by fortifying your home, improving your energy efficiency, and by buying just the right homeowner's insurance coverage. Learn at smarthomeamerica.org.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Think you can't manage the down payment it takes to purchase a new home? Think again. You could move into a $150,000 home with as little as $1,500 down with our 1% down payment option. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.12%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
If you want to sell your house, if you need to sell your house, you need to partner up with Sandy Frost of Roberts Brothers. I'm Uncle Henry. I've been able to observe Sandy Frost over the last 17 years of me working here because she's been coming in every week to host a radio show where she markets homes. I've been a witness to how she gets homes sold. Contact Sandy Frost. Ask her to tell you about how her listings sell faster than the average real estate agent, how she's able to sell 97% of her listings when the average agent doesn't come close to that success, and ask her about how her listings sell at a price that's around 3% higher than the average agent's listings. Sandy can explain all of it to you along with her exclusive 32-step home marketing plan developed from her years of experience in real estate. You can find out more online at sandyfrost.com. That's sandyfrost.com, or call 251-604-6514. That's 251-604-6514.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Think you can't manage the down payment it takes to purchase a new home? Think again. You could move into a $150,000 home with as little as $1,500 down with our 1% down payment option. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.875%, APR 4.12%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
We have some road work that's still going on I-10 through Santa Rosa County. This is going to be the left lane of eastbound I-10 at mile marker 42. That is in the Holt area. However, we're not seeing a whole lot of delay through the area from that. What we are seeing is a lot of folks headed to the beach. The Blue Angel demonstration isn't until this afternoon, but lots of people are obviously trying to get in on a good viewing area along Pensacola Beach as traffic through that area remains heavier than usual for this early. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation. Join the T.J. Martell Foundation in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn more.
Now, Gulf Coast weather from Local 15.
Good morning and TGIF. Get the umbrellas ready to go. Showers and storms are back in the forecast today, and sadly most of the weekend as well. We'll call it a 40% chance of storms on Friday, climbing to 50 if not 60% chance this weekend. Expect highs all 3 days to be around 90 degrees with lows in the middle 70s. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM. The Jag. News headlines coming up from Fox and from Local 15's Darwin. We did have a newspaper thrown at our building today, so let's get a new edition of Dear Ariel. This is where we take a letter that was sent to Dear Abby and we instead put it to Ariel so that we can compare the answers of Ariel and Abby. A generational exercise. Ariel, are you prepared for this?
Yes, I have prepared myself.
Okay, here we go. Dear Ariel, my husband Ray and I have been together for 10 years. And like most couples, we have had our ups and downs. Ray is a professional musician. So a lot of my time is spent supporting this, either by promoting his endeavors or accepting the fact that I will always come second to his first love, the blues. A couple of gigs ago, Ray played at an outdoor festival. So there I sat in the rain, in the dark, watching the show. 3 men approached where I was sitting and stood in a circle around me watching the show. Attendance was sparse due to the weather, so it seemed strange they stood so close to me. It made me uneasy, but I've been in similar situations since being with Ray, so I didn't think much about it. At home later that night, while I was unwinding and listening to Ray complain about his fingers, I mentioned the 3 men. He said he had witnessed it and thought it was a little odd, too. This led me to ask him, hypothetically, what would he do if he were on stage and I was being attacked in front of him? Ariel, he said he would put his guitar in his stand, go to the microphone, and ask for assistance for me. He wouldn't throw the guitar down and rush to my aid. I couldn't believe his response. I feel completely alone and unloved. I don't know what to think of what to do. Any advice you could give me would be greatly appreciated. And that is from Face in the Crowd.
Well, the first piece of advice is stop being so melodramatic. Like, okay, so I get that you kind of assume that he's going to take on like a protector's position on this, but all I'm saying is I'm not going to bring a knife to a gunfight. So if the best I can do is run to the mic and say, hey, yo, somebody get some help, and then I jump down there in the crowd and help you, then cool. But what now all of a sudden you're all out of love and alone and standing in dark corners because he didn't respond to you the way you wanted to be responded to? Says you need more help than Abby or I can provide.
Yeah, this is a problem that to get in trouble for a hypothetical, that for the husband's now in trouble for something that didn't even happen,
and probably won't happen.
It's an imaginary thing. All right, Abby's response. She tells the lady, you are neither alone nor unloved. I seriously doubt your husband's response to your hypothetical question was an indication that he doesn't love you. It's possible that he was afraid he would not be able to adequately protect you and that security could deal with the 3 men more effectively than he could. Bear in mind that if the real thing were to happen, he might react very differently.
Probably.
Because you were fearful. Plan ahead. Carry pepper spray when you attend his concerts.
I don't think Abby understands that they have rules to concerts now.
Well, you're right, Abby.
Yeah, you can't just come waltzing in there with a can of pepper spray and think that you're going to get past security.
Abby probably hasn't gone out in quite a while.
Yeah.
But this is unfortunately very typical that someone is in trouble and they didn't even do anything.
Right. It's kind of humorous.
Well, Ariel, thank you. Thank you. There she goes, dear Ariel. I wonder how many males listening have gotten in trouble in the same way, that they were asked a hypothetical and they didn't even, nothing really happened. Nothing really happened. Now imagine this. Also, I wonder about the life of Somebody's spending her life traveling with her musician husband and writes to Abby for help. Well, I guess who else would you go to if there's a problem with a hypothetical situation? I guess the best person to go to would be a hypothetical person. And that would be the definition of Abby. Abby, we're not even sure if Abby is Abby or a staff of people continuing on for Abby. The original Abby passed away years ago. And it's allegedly daughter of Abby, or maybe just a group of people working for daughter of Abby. So I've actually learned something about this. If the only reason to write Dear Abby is for a hypothetical problem and not a real one. All right, actually, you want news. You don't want to know about the fight that the blues musician had with his wife. Actual news items are on the way as the Uncle Henry Show continues. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
This is a Bloomberg Market Minute. Tesla's bad week on Wall Street could end where the rubber meets the factory floor. The affordable Tesla, the $35,000 Model 3, is expected to roll off assembly lines today. At least one venture capitalist tells the Minneapolis Star-Tribune this could be as big as the launch of the iPhone. Tesla shares have been slammed this week. It admitted missing delivery targets, and the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety bypassed the company's electric cars in its safety ratings. Samsung may have won the quarter from Apple. It's expecting its operating profit to top $12 billion, thanks in part to the Galaxy S8 smartphone, while Apple is expected to post a $10.5 billion profit. And Wall Street is waiting on the June jobs report due out in a few minutes before making any definitive moves. Right now, S&P futures are up a point, NASDAQ futures up 6, Dow futures down 5. And crude oil futures are down almost $1 to $44.58 a barrel. I'm Joan Doniger, Bloomberg Radio.
Finding great candidates to hire can be, well, like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter is different. It doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. With its powerful technology, ZipRecruiter distributes your job everywhere it needs to be to find the right candidates. In fact, over 80% of jobs on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate in just one day. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
Used by businesses of all sizes, ZipRecruiter offers the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. That's right, free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/trial. That's ZipRecruiter.com/trial for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/trial.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Kia Traffic Center.
Road work is wrapped up now in the Holt area. The left lane had been blocked during the overnight period on eastbound I-10 at mile marker 42, but they've just cleared the roadway now, so all lanes have reopened, and we aren't seeing any problems there. We have picked up a new accident now in Mobile. It's Cottage Hill and Hillcrest. No major Bayway problems so far. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Kemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Happy Friday. We've got storms back in the forecast, not just today, but all weekend long. We'll call it a 40% chance of storms, mainly this afternoon, but we will see a few during the morning hours. Otherwise, storms will be off and on all weekend long. Look for highs through the weekend to be up around 90 degrees with overnight lows generally in the middle 70s. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
Deputies say he walked away from a state work release program that went on a brand new crime spree. Good morning. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton with this iHeart Radio News Update. This morning, Mobile County Sheriff's deputies are looking for Jared Stokely. They say Stokely left his work detail Wednesday morning on DIP, then stole a 2001 white Dodge Durango with a trailer and lawnmower attached. But it wasn't over. Investigators claim Stokely then stole money from an elderly man on Victor Road near Howes Ferry Road. The tag number on that stolen white Dodge Durango is 2AV9479. If you spot him or the truck, call the sheriff. The search for a missing Daphne teen enters its fourth day this morning. The Gulf County, Florida Sheriff's Department searching for 19-year-old Henry Wise. The former Bayside Academy student and athlete went missing Tuesday off the Port St. Joe coast after being thrown from a jet ski and pulled under a passing boat. Another teen, Gavin Prim, was also on the jet ski with Wise, and he suffered serious injuries. Thousands are making their way to Pensacola Beach for the annual Pensacola Beach Air Show featuring the Navy Blue Angels. The Angels will perform aerial acrobatics over the Gulf of Mexico during a weekend of high-flying fun, with the show starting at noon tomorrow. Blue Angels flying at 2. But if you get to the beaches today, you can see the dress rehearsal for tomorrow's big show. That also getting underway today at noon. News breaks while you sleep, so when you wake, we'll catch you up on what's happening along the Gulf Coast and around the world every weekday morning on Local 15 Today. We start at 5 a.m. For Local 15 News, I'm Darwin Singleton for this iHeartRadio station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump and the Russian president have already come face-to-face on the sidelines of the G20 summit in Hamburg, Germany, ahead of their anticipated sit-down later today.
Just a few seconds of video that was shot and posted by the German government earlier this morning. It shows President Trump, Vladimir Putin shaking hands, making small talk at one of the events here.
Blake Berman with the Fox Business Network in Hamburg, where German Chancellor Angela Merkel spoken to a group of 20 leaders.
We are all familiar with the great global challenges. We all know that time is of the essence.
Saying millions are hoping they can help solve the world's problems. And the June jobs report just in showing 222,000 new jobs added. Unemployment 4.4%. That is better than expected. Fox News, we report, you decide.
If you know the value of good machines, then it's high time we got together. We're Bailey Industrial, builders of metal and woodworking equipment. Hard-working machines for hard-working people. We stand behind our equipment and make sure our equipment stands behind you, offering you the after-sale support you need to keep your shop running smoothly, which means making sure you have what you need when you need it, typically shipping within 72 hours or less. So whether you're a fabricator or manufacturer of metal or wood products, go to Bailey.com or call 920-MACHINE and we'll send you a catalog. That's right, friend, over 400 pages of what you love most, machines. So whatever you're looking to build or manufacture, do it with Bailey Industrial, the company you can trust to give you the equipment and service you can rely on. That's B-A-I-L-E-I-G-H, Bailey, because if it's worth doing right, it's only right to do it with Bailey. So call 920-MACHINE or go to Bailey.com now and pick up your free catalog.
I'm Uncle Henry, a customer of Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. I've used them for maintenance and for when my old system went out on me. Last year, I asked them to turn to the experts, Carrier, and replace my old natural gas furnace with a Carrier 95% high-efficiency unit. And so I had a cozy, warm home last winter with lower heating bills, and I'm looking forward to a cool home this summer with that new system. Carrier, high-efficiency natural gas, and Heads Heating and Air Conditioning make a great team. Did you know they've got financing available at 0% interest for up to 60 months? You can't beat 0% on a new system. What a great combo. Carrier, natural gas, Heads Heating and Air Conditioning, and financing at 0% interest for up to 60 months. So turn to the experts, Carrier, and call Heads Heating and Air Conditioning. The number is 251-653-7873. 251-653-7873. See if you qualify for that great deal on 0% interest.
It's Heating and Air Conditioning, where three heads are better than one.
Finding great people to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's time to try ZipRecruiter, where 80% of jobs get a qualified candidate in just one day. How? Using powerful technology, ZipRecruiter matches your job to the right candidates fast. So, while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, only ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer for your free trial. ZipRecruiter.com/radio offer.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. We've arrived at the Daily Reagan here on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. The Daily Reagan, a presentation of SAD Healthcare, SAAD, sadhealthcare.com. Let's listen to President Reagan talking to the wonderful Merv Griffin.
How, Mr. President, do you want the Reagan presidency to be remembered? Have you thought about that?
No, I really haven't. Once in a while someone asks that question. I've
heard you called a crisis president.
There wouldn't be any reason to be here if I didn't try to do the things that I actually believe will resolve this. You know, for years and years, long before I ever thought I'd even be governor of California, in fact, never wanted to be in public life, but I was out on the mashed potato circuit. I've always said that in Hollywood, if you don't sing or dance, you wind up as an after-dinner speaker. So that was what I was doing, and I always prepared my own speeches, talked on the subjects I wanted to talk on, and I talked a great deal about the things that I thought were being done, that government was doing wrong in our economy and imposing more and more on people. I thought before I came here that over the years, government had built up a kind of an adversary relationship with business, with its own business community, instead of thinking in terms of partnership and keeping the economy going the way it should. But as to thinking about a place in history, it seems as if every day you're just too busy with the things that are going on to sit back and look way down and say, I wonder how I'll be remembered.
Right.
If I had to think of it, I hope they won't think too harshly and that they'll just, I hope they'll assume I did my best.
The Daily Reagan, a presentation of SAD Healthcare. SAAD is how you spell it, sadhealthcare.com. Traffic and weather coming up in a moment here on the Uncle Henry Show. Before we went into the lengthy news break, we had an edition of Dear Ariel where some pitiful woman was married to a musician and was upset. He gave the wrong answer to a hypothetical question. And this was a reason to seek out help from the hypothetical Abby. I did get an email on the topic. Subject line on the email is Face in the Crowd. Email reads, don't date a guy who brings an axe to a knife fight. Axe being slang for a guitar. The email goes on to say, general good advice is to never date a musician. And then email from Johnny Gwynn, musician. JohnnyGwynn.com. Ariel, have you ever dated a musician? Have you ever dated a musician? Oh, you have? Okay. All right. We're going to have to go into traffic and weather. I'm sure there's a story behind that, though. We'll find out later on. Later on, we'll find out, does Ariel agree that one should not date a musician? We'll find out in a while here on the Uncle Henry Show. But first, traffic and weather together.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Volkswagen Traffic Center.
Road work is wrapped up now in the Holt area. The left lane had been blocked during the overnight period on eastbound I-10 and mile marker 42, but they've just cleared the roadway now, so all lanes have reopened, and we aren't seeing any problems there. We have picked up a new accident now in Mobile. It's Cottage Hill and Hillcrest. No major Bayway problems so far. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the T.J. Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Kemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Good morning and TGIF. Get the umbrellas ready to go. Showers and storms are back in the forecast today and sadly most of the weekend as well. We'll call it a 40% chance of storms on Friday, climbing to 50 if not 60% chance this weekend. Expect highs all 3 days to be around 90 degrees with lows in the middle 70s. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Beautiful, beautiful day. Angelo's with us. Ordinarily, calling from Midtown Mobile, as he lives and works in Midtown Mobile at Mobile Bay Coins, mobilebaycoins.com. But Angelo, far away in a strange place called Orlando. How was yesterday? Yeah, Angelo, was it fun?
Yeah, a lot of fun here in Orlando. Busy day at the show, and it was amazing how many folks were coming in. There's actually 3 conventions going on in this convention center, which is great for the coin shows. We've got a lot of folks out there killing time between their events at their conventions, so they're wandering on in, checking things out, asking lots of questions about gold and silver jewelry, rare coins, Morgan silver dollars. We've got all sorts of cool things we've been busy both buying and selling here at the show. And again, today, tomorrow morning will pretty much be the last day. So if you're looking for a particular coin, run by the shop and talk to Ron or Anna so I can make sure I do some shopping for you while I'm here at the show.
Hey, what kind of things did you talk about with the other dealers? Have you noticed any trends or new strings of conversation going on in your industry?
A lot of different things folks were talking about. Some of the way that people are treating and altering diamonds. I'm sitting next to a diamond buyer, so we're talking a lot about diamonds and diamond jewelry. He's giving me some great insight to bring back to the shop. We've also been talking a lot about Morgan silver dollars and peace dollars, on how a lot of the dollars out there are sort of undervalued right now. A lot of people aren't really focusing on some of the older coins, the old Morgan dollars, the Barber dimes, things like that. And a lot of the dealers think there's a great opportunity for growth as far as the value of those items down the road.
Now you're set up next to somebody that deals in diamonds?
Yes, sir.
And I know that you personally have a great interest in that. So are you trying to turn this into an educational opportunity to learn as much as you can about them?
Most definitely, Uncle Henry. Really every day is an opportunity to learn something, and I'm taking this time, sitting next to this guy, looking at things, asking questions. He was looking at a ruby the other day. He does more than just diamonds, and he talked about how a lot of rubies out there can be basically filled with molten glass to fill in any voids and cavities in. And once that's been done to them, they're virtually worthless, but they look really pretty. So he gave me some tips on how to figure out whether a ruby is genuine or whether it's been altered, and he's given me suggestions and tips on other gemstones as well. So it's been a great learning experience.
Yeah, this sounds like something you really have to go to a convention to learn these kind of things.
Well, you really do, because you think about it. If you're there at the coin shop, you may see 1 or 2 of these rare stones or things like this that on a given day, just like some of these rare coins we talk about. You talk about some of the flowing hair dollars or the early trade dollars, receipted dollars, things like that. You don't get to see those very often. Here at the show, there's dozens of examples of some of those rare coins, so you get a great opportunity to look at all of these things and immerse yourself in all this immediately.
All right. Well, Angelo, you're there at the convention, and so if anybody listening has a specific collectible in that realm of coins or jewelry, you're available to look for them while you're there at the convention, and that's today and then a little bit tomorrow morning?
Correct, yes. If you're looking for something, either go by the shop and talk to Ron or Anna, or shoot us a message on Facebook. And I also wanted to warn people, some of these pictures that we're posting on Facebook on Mobile Bay Coins are not necessarily things that are there at the shop. Some of these things are there at the show. Posted some beautiful jewelry that came by to one of the tables the other day. It's all 22-karat jewelry made in India. It was actually part of a wedding set, a dowry, and people wanted to come by the shop and take a look at it. And unfortunately, I'm still in Orlando with all these cool things, so you're going to have to wait till I get back to Mobile.
How about that? Hey, Angelo, have a great time.
You too, sir.
Angelo, Mobile Bay Coins, 2204 Government Street in Midtown Mobile. And he mentioned their Facebook page, so you can go and look on their Facebook page and see pictures of the things that he's talking about. They're at that does sound like it would be quite interesting to get that both education and fun of being at that convention. All right, we have more to come. Uncle Henry Show continues. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show.
Summer is here, and the time to ride is now. Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson is having an orange and black tag sale on all of their pre-owned inventory. Now's your chance to save thousands on that motorcycle you've been dreaming about. Come by and take in all the glory that their newly designed showroom has to offer, and accessorize yourself along with your bike. They've got it all. Follow them on Facebook or online at mobilebayharley.com to keep up with their upcoming events. Because at Mobile Bay Harley, there's always a party.
Okay, guys, are you ready for a revolution? Down below?
I'm talking about Frigo underwear from RevolutionWear.com. It's all about comfort and looking great. Revolutionwear totally reimagined men's underwear. It's the only brand to feature a mesh pouch and patented Frigo Zone ventilation to keep you cool, dry, and comfortable. They don't pinch, pull, or restrict. Plus, you'll get some nice double takes when wearing them. Try them for yourself. Buy Frigo online at RevolutionWear.com. The revolution starts below.
Welcome to America Speaks by Zip, the polling app that lets you tell the nation what you think. Download the Zip app today. It's Friday, July 7th. Reports are claiming that the investigation into President Trump and Russia are hurting the country and want Congress to move on to other issues. What do you think? We polled men and women about this, and 80% of them think that Congress just needs to move on. An audio recording of the Australian Prime Minister mocking President Trump has been leaked. He said it was lighthearted and fun. How do you feel about another foreign official mocking our president? Men and women, again, were polled about this, and 75% of them think it was completely disrespectful, but then the other 25% think that it was flattering. Finally, an app to create world peace or maybe just prove your point. Now you can poll the masses by downloading Zip, the question answer app in the App Store.
Take care of your skin. See Dr. Thomas Bender at Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Dr. Bender sees patients in Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. Find out more online at advanceddermclinic.com.
They stream across our borders illegally. Criminals, including gang members, rapists, even murderers, committing crimes over and over again, even striking right here in Alabama. Senator Luther Strange is fighting back. As Alabama's Attorney General, Strange sued to block Barack Obama's plan to reward illegals with amnesty and won. Now Senator Luther Strange has a plan to help President Donald Trump keep our communities safe by building the wall to protect our borders. Luther Strange's Senate Bill 1126 would take federal funds away from sanctuary cities that coddle illegals and use those funds to help build the wall to protect our neighborhoods and keep criminals out. Call Senator Luther Strange at 205-731-1500 and tell him to keep working to pass S1126, the Securing the Border and Protecting Our Communities Act. Keep fighting to build President Trump's wall and keep Alabama safe. Paid for by One Nation, onenationamerica.org.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Well, so far, the drivers who've been out there this morning have done a good job of staying away from each other. Our accident count has been pretty low today. We do have a two-vehicle crash, though, at Cottage Hill and Hillcrest. That one's been on the board now for a little while. And the Mobile Bay Ferry System will be running on the two-ferry schedule today, accepting RVs and trailers 25 feet and under. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation. Join the T.J. Martell Foundation in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn more.
Now, Gulf Coast weather from Local 15.
Good Friday morning. Get ready to be stormed on. We've got a 40 to 50% chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, partly sunny with an afternoon high of 90 degrees. A few storms will roll into your Friday night plans. Otherwise, even more storms on Saturday as we are mostly cloudy. The high once again will be about 90. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for Local 15 News and this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by the T.J. Martell Foundation.
Hey everybody, I'm Eric Church, asking you to join me in the fight against leukemia, cancer, and AIDS through the TJ Martell Foundation. Your support helps facilitate cutting-edge research that will lead to more effective treatments and save more lives. Visit tjmartell.org to learn about music's promise for a cure.
Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. News headlines coming up in about 10 minutes from Fox and from Local 15's Darwin. In fact, Darwin is with us. Darwin, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Henry. How are you today?
I'm fantastic. Looking forward to the weekend, even though I had a very short week. What about you?
You were off. Well, I've got some family issues to take care of back in Kentucky, so I'm doing a whirlwind drive up there and back this weekend, but I'll be back Monday in time for the morning news.
Now you're not the only one on the road. A lot of people, understand, headed to Pensacola, Blue Angels.
Boy, that's a big thing this weekend. Of course, today is the practice show, Uncle Henry. I mean, it's kind of like 2 shows in 2 days. The official show is tomorrow with all the activity starting at noon and the Blue Angels hitting at 2. But today they do a dress rehearsal, which is pretty much like the same thing. And then it starts at noon with the Blue Angels flying by at 2. And the beach is already getting filled. On the morning show this morning, our Megan Gannon was live, and we started with her in the dark in one tent. And by the time we were done 2 hours later, all you could see up and down the beach were tents. Amazing.
Now, Darwin, you've been in this market for many, many years, just like me.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been
30 years.
Have you been invited to fly, and have you ever flown with them?
I have been invited, but something always got in the way. That sounds like an excuse, but it's not, because as you well know,
Yes.
I'm game to do just about anything, and they seem to know what they're doing. But I would probably, I haven't done it yet, but if I do, I'll probably be the first one to lose my lunch in the cockpit. And I really don't want to do that, but it would make for a good YouTube video.
I guess it would. I just occurred to me that we've all been asked from time to time, and I was just curious
Have
if you. I have not. I know myself well enough. Now, hot air balloon. I love the hot air balloon, but going up in one of those things, I don't think I could handle it.
No, I mean, you really have to go through this training where you have to learn to breathe right, and there's a point where you might black out, and I've heard people do get a little nauseous, and maybe I'm past the point of enjoying that. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I used to like carnival rides too, but I don't
Right.
anymore.
All right. Well, we don't know when that freshness date is, but yeah,
I think I'm getting near the expiration date when you need to throw me out.
I think there was just a small window in my life where I would have been able to do that and get something out of it, other than abject
You might
terror.
surprise yourself. You might surprise yourself, and good heavens, if you decide to do it, let me know. I want to chronicle it so I can show my viewers just how young you really feel.
Okay,
or
well,
old,
I'll
for
be
that matter.
glad. I'll be glad to do that. And now,
Sure.
are there any other stories that you're following right now going on locally?
Well, there is an interesting story out of Bay Minette. Someone got into the youth league's facility over there where they play baseball, with kids who like to do good things, play baseball. Apparently some juveniles got in there, and they defaced a bunch of things. They messed some things up and caused a lot of damage. But the interesting thing is they were caught on security cameras. They're all juveniles, and the league posted those pictures to their Facebook page. And so now the whole community and the cops are looking for them. They know who they are. They may be listening this morning. I don't know if they really pay attention to radio. They're too busy doing other things. But Facebook, which is usually a lot of fun for some younger folks and older folks too, has actually turned the tables on them this morning. I thought that was interesting.
Well, it is. It's interesting in that we're all surprised that people would put their criminal acts on social media, but this happens all over the country where people get caught because they put it on Facebook.
Yeah, this time, though, it was the victims that put it on because it was a security camera video that caught it. So there's a little twist to that story. You're right. Some people go ahead and put their entire lives on Facebook. Why they do that, I don't know. But this time they were doing the bad deeds, and the victim said, hey, we're not going to put up with this. And they put it on Facebook and turned the tables on them. So we're waiting to see if any arrests are made in that. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing this morning.
Well, it is. It makes you wonder if all the security cameras are really going to eventually stop a lot of theft.
Well, I think they already are. At least they're leading to arrests. And I would hope that people, unfortunately, and I hate to say that, well, I don't really hate to say this, but criminals usually aren't the smartest people in the world, or they wouldn't be criminals.
Exactly.
So the problem is, they're not smart enough to figure out that this is, like getting your hand caught in the cookie jar. They just, or they don't care. So it's probably a combination of both. But it'd be nice if they had at least said, maybe this isn't a good thing to do. I really don't want to go to jail or detention, so let's just skip this one,
Exactly.
But that's just me. Oh, one other thing. We've had some reports of, I'm going to try to say Vibrio vinificus. You know what that is, of course, right?
Flesh-eating bacteria.
Bacteria, yes. We've had about 3 different incidents reported now on the Gulf Coast, one in and Fairhope Water reported over there, one Dauphin Island and another one down the bay here. So we've had 3 in our area around Mobile Bay here. It's got a lot of people saying, hey, do not get in the water if you've got an open wound or cut. If you don't, you're probably all right. But, you know, if you've got an open wound or cut, or you just probably ought to stay out of the Gulf or the Bay for now until they figure this thing out.
All right. Hey, Darwin, safe travels.
Thank you, sir, and we will chat with you Monday.
Thank you very much, Darwin. You know who he is. One name necessary, Darwin of Local 15. And we have headlines with Darwin coming up in just a moment here with also Fox News headlines on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 The Jag. Now, I'm as far as flying with the Blue Angels, that's something I might have done when I was much, much younger. Ariel, would you ever want to fly with the Blue Angels? No. Okay. Yeah, I just have trouble. Sometimes I get lightheaded just driving my car too fast. It happens. Sometimes my recliner, if I recline rapidly, I feel a little lightheaded. So I think going up in one of these jets, I have tremendous admiration for the people that can fly those jets with such tremendous competence. Flying it in and of itself amazes me, and then the fact that they can fly together and do such an incredible job, it really does. I have tremendous respect for the training and the capabilities of the people that are involved in that type of, really any type of flying, but especially that type. All right, we're out of time for this hour. Coming up, another hour. Have we talked about everything? No. There's still more to get to as the Uncle Henry Show continues here on News Radio 710 WNTM and 99.5 FM The Jag. We will have video available on the News Radio 710 WNTM Facebook page.
Home isn't just a place. It's a feeling. Whether you're at home, your business, or online, ADT